Welcome to the NXT Podcast, your home for weekly NXT reviews and insight.
The beautiful part of NXT is that when one dream ends, another dream begins.
Find all of your NXT news, recaps, and analysis right here. So with that being said, we only have one question for you.
Are you ready?
We thought so. Let's get the show started right now.
Hello, everyone. This is Memphis Mark coming to you from Mullet Manor. And we're going to do a combined effort tonight. We're going to combine a little Vengeance Day with the NXT review for 2-6. And interesting show tonight. Actually, the show was probably one of the better ones as far as the performers' in-ring ability tonight. As far as the strikes, the punches, the kicks. Seems like tonight everybody got it right. A very, very few complaints, that's for sure. But let's get started from the start of the show at NXT, and that's with Byron Saxton returning. I mean, I did not see that one coming, but I guess with some injuries and some other things going on here, it's the start of Mr. Saxton's return, and they go from there into Mello showing up as his kind of his true heel debut. He comes in with a chair, and the crowd verbally assaulted Mello, him. They were doing the let's just say F, and then they were using a U, and they were doing not yet, and they verbally assaulted him, Mello, tonight. But they go in from there because he comes out and he was like, nope, not yet. Y'all not ready for my explanation of what happened. So he gets up and he takes his chair and he leaves. And they go in to a Vengeance Day recap. And so what I decided to do was just to do my recap then, because you had the Dusty Rhodes Cup finals to start that off, and that was the Wolf Dogs, Braun and Baron, against Trick and Mello. And Braun and Baron, they didn't show that on the recap, but they came out on both custom choppers. Very, very cool. And so a little bit later on it would be kind of matched, but I really liked I gotta say, there was like Trick got a busted mouth in this thing. Braun was running so fast. Later he quoted himself at like 23 miles an hour, but he misses a move because he's not the tallest. He's just he fits the mold so well that you just don't see it until you see him standing next to somebody. But he missed, and the top rope about knocked him into next week, but he recovered, and even Baron in this match did his first over the top rope dive, and he did it better than that other guy that didn't make it over the rope. But it could have been bad, but in the end, Mello takes a spear for Trick, and Braun and Baron win the Dusty Cup. And then you had Dijak and Joe Gacy. Dijak came out with a nightstick and already, but Gacy was ready. He had duct tape, a baton. When the nightstick was presented, that's when the baton, the collapsible baton, came in. But Gacy threw all the stuff in there, and it was a good match. Dijak wins it in the end with the nightstick. But although Casey did get to wear him out with the kendo stick in there, it's pretty doggone good wearing out. But Dijak ends up winning that one. Let me see. OTM against Tony D and Stacks. Tony D and Stacks win. But OTM, they came out with on like some chopper bikes, like lowrider California style. So kind of cool too, the way they did that. So, but and then let me see, they had Roxanne and Lyra for the title. And in this, Lyra wore a headpiece and like purple feathers, and the feathers were all over the place. But Lola Vice comes in and inserts her breakout contract and makes it a 3-way, which pretty much screws it up and allows Lyra to win, which ticks off Roxanne. So so that's the upcoming match here in a little while. Dragon Lee against Oba Vinny. Dragon Lee come out fast, and Oba needs some work, but so much bigger, so much stronger, and Dragon Lee sold great, but the power bomb wins it. And then Riley and Alexis King get in it because you've got the girls selling their calendar. And it's doing really good. It sold out in like 30 minutes. I heard Wade Barrett bought a pallet tonight. But anyway, they get into a fight because he's defending Thea's honor. Ava promo seems fake. All right, Sophie Blade and Axum are going to be this week. And then they show Roxanne and Lola fighting out of there. And then you got the Dragunov Trick with Mello match, and Dragunov is talking crap all during this match, and Trick's got a bloody mouth, and man, Trick at one time gets slammed to the floor. I mean, Dragunov does like 2 or 3 H-bombs in a row, but when it's all over, Mello gets involved, as you'll see on the highlights. I'm sure you've seen, and the big turn happens. The big turn. So that is the and the crowd did go out with using that same FU comment. But there we go. But then we've got Baron and Braun, the Wolf Dogs. Well, they're here for their party because they're turning them. They're turning them Stone Cold Steve Austin kind of, they're bad guys, but they're good. So they're up there talking, Baron brings up a Braun screw up, and then Braun brings up his jumping over the ring, and they call out Tony D and Stacks. So you're expecting Tony D and Stacks to come out, but no, it's Axiom and Nathan Frazier. They come out to start their match. A little disrespect there, but they're fighting Blade and Alfie in this match. Now, the Wolf Dogs, they go over to the desk, go over and do some commentating and everything, but the Frazier and Axiom and Blade and Alfie, you know what you're going to get out of these guys. Both, Alfie and Blade are really more of the high flyers in this particular match. But you're going to have the ground and pound. You're going to have all the counter moves. You're going to have everything in this match. And you do get it. And even during picture-in-picture, which is usually when they're walking around talking and squawking, well, they were actually throwing down. So, really, really good match. I mean, I got to say, their punches were on. Their timing was good. I'm usually not a... And let's face it, Alfie and Blade have a chance for some main event time, but because of the size and everything else, let's face it, Nathan and Axiom could make a great living in the mid card, but that's where they're going to be on the main roster. Man, this was it was really, really surprisingly good. I mean, just the like I said, the timing is a big deal with me, but in this match they were really good. This is an A match, and then after they win, well, I mean, Frazier and Axiom do end up winning, but afterwards, Braun and Baron jump in, clear the ring out, and show that they're the Wolf Dogs. So, good match, but they do call out, because Tony D and Stacks do come out after they clear the ring, and they're hollering for a match. And later, Eva, she grants the match. And then you've got Dragunov. He comes out, and he gives flowers to Trick, proper flowers. But then he calls out Mello. And he lets him know that if he doesn't come out, he's coming for him. Well, then of course the music starts, and here comes, not him, but Dijak. And Dijak comes out. Now, I have not been the biggest Dijak fan. Alright? I admit to that. But when Dijak and Dragunov get face to face. Now, Dragunov supposedly has a broken nose. And I don't know if any of y'all have ever experienced a broken nose. Unfortunately, at least 4 to 5 times with me. I'll have to, check my records, but been broke. And I've had to work. Or I've had to go right back to work after getting a broke nose. So, not a great thing, okay? And the fact that he's in the ring, even if his nose is a little jacked up, it hurts, man. It hurts. You can't breathe right. Your eyes water quick. But, Dijak delivers the best punch I've ever seen him throw. And, as far as the camera angle and the impact, and what it showed, Dijak's punch might be the best one of the year I've seen so far. He hits him in the forehead. Now, Dijak's got a little spot in his forehead, so they're going to bust it on open, because they know the blood's going to come anyway. But Dijak hits him perfect. And Dragunov plays it to the nose. Great shot. He hits him again in the clinch when all the security gets out there. But that first punch, best punch I've ever seen Dijak throw. And Dragunov sold it perfect. It's just got a little blood. And this is another thing. Since the new company's taken over, are they going to allow a little blood? We'll just have to wait and see. But they do a little spot with JC, Jane, and Thea, and how they sold out the calendars, and JC's dropping advice. It's JC's advice line, that's right. And she tells Thea to play hard to get. But is she working an angle? And then you got Von Wagner and Mr. Stone. They got their kids out there. They're all happy. But they challenge Noam and Mensa to a tag team. The kids get them into it. It's the kids' fault. But from there, they go to Lexis King. That's right. Versus Riley Osborne of Chase U. And, I gotta say, in this one, man, Lexis King, it might be the most old school guy in certain times. Man, I liked his moves. I like what he's developing. He's getting better and better, folks. But Mr. Osborne did do a chopper slap that I have to say was one of the best ones of the night. So the match is good. But, of course, Riley's distracted that Thea's not there because she's playing hard to get. And as NXT turns, turn in next week for the next week's episode. But, yeah, a good match. Lexis King wins because Riley is hunting. You got Miss Jordan, little promo with her. And yeah, you got Kiana James and Izzy down there intimidating the old workout girl, the old hype up. Yeah. So they poured her drink in the trash. Got to do something about that, don't you? And then Mello comes out with his chair and sits down in the ring. Now the crowd's going after him. And the one thing that really showed up to me is, man, that guy's got a great hairline. That guy's got a great hairline. Now, it's not like my hairline's gone, but game represents game, or recognizes game, and good hairline. But yeah, he does a good promo. He does a good promo. He really, at times, has the crowd so wound up they're kind of eating out of his hands. He of course they have to mute out a little of the crowd, but he wants to let everybody know his side, and that Trick should not be biting the hand, and that Trick went after the wrong belt. Yeah, and that Trick's not on the same level. That's why he did it. But he says he's laid up in a hospital right now with Booker T, because he cuts on his music like he's going to come out, and the crowd's all whooped it, and of course he gets up and dances a little bit, and it's the ultimate tease. He gets the crowd with that, but he told him pretty much, Trick, you're just a trick. That's what he said. He was just a hype man. But a pretty doggone good promo. I mean, this show up to now is just freaking good. You know that I'd tell you, I mean, I'd go back and watch. I would. And then the next match is Lola Vice against Roxanne, because Roxanne is mad, and she's the prodigy. But Lola comes out with some good karate moves, but Roxanne is mad. And she comes on, and Lola Vice does get to put butt to face and everything, but man, Roxanne threw some good punches. And I don't know if the camera angles were just better tonight, but man, everybody was laying solid punches. Now, Lola did have to wait a couple of times to where, like, she's got to act more stunned to give the Roxanne time to climb to the top rope or get set up for her move. But other than that, good match. But you got Tatum Paxley coming in, and she's got the breakout tournament folder, like she's trying to turn it in. Lola puts a big old kick upside her head, and Roxanne Papa Roxanne yeah, she wins. All right. So let me see. After that, you got a little promo with Metaphor, and they accept Von Wagner and Mr. Stone, but then Damon Kemp and them boys, they come out, and little stir caused there, little stir. But then you got Valen and Ren St. Clair against Lash and Jakara Jackson, Miss Jackson. Woo! But man, Valen gets caught up in the brawn ropes, and it's going to cost them to win this match. But the match is not bad. I'm saying it. This is a good show. This is a really good show. Now, I didn't particularly like the great ending on this, but Lash gets a big choke slam, and bam, they win. She pins Miss St. Clair. And at the end, St. Clair's going, I'm sorry. And Valen's like, ain't your damn fault. But man, I don't know if Lash just hadn't had enough time in the ring or what's up with her, but they need to be showcasing her a little bit more. But just my opinion. And then you got Briggs and Jensen out there. And, well, it was a little tough love tonight. A little shoving. A little say, don't be crying and don't be whining. But I like, it's like two brothers, kind of, hey, quit all the whining, there again. Another, another good promo. And then you got You got Ava. Yeah, okay. She does a spot, and yeah, Ava does a spot. All right, then you've got Dragunov against Dijak. And after that best punch, he's going to go after that same thing. And this is another good match. The punches look great. Both guys are doing. Man, I just got to say, it's a doggone good match. There was a time that, man, look, all right, let me see. Let's see, we got Dragunov. I do not understand the chop. He did a bunch of chops on Dijak, and one was to the leg. Didn't understand that one. And his forehead was jacked. And he did do a deep squat to pick up Dijak, which is, man, looks. But Dijak springboarding over the top rope. Of course, he's going after his nose and everything, but then you got Gacy. Gacy's under the ring. Now Gacy reaches out. He just reached out and touched somebody's hand. But he reached out and kind of... Dijak didn't know what was going on. So the match continues. And then eventually Dijak ends up over the side of the rope, or up under the bottom rope, pulls up on the apron a little bit to let him know exactly where he's at, and Gacy, he comes out with a stick with a boxing glove on the end, and he comically hits Dijak, and Dijak falls back, which he falls into Dragunov's web, and Zaire, he takes care of it. He takes care of it. So there you go, folks. That's pretty much how it ends there. Dragunov comes out with another great win, and so it's all over. But maybe it isn't. Mello jumps in there and does the same little clip block there to whoop that trick. He does it to Dragunov. Takes Dragunov down. Dragunov is hurt. This is the worst voice I can make. But Dragunov is down. And, so Mello lets him know. He gets back up and hits him with his belt. So, we know where his mind is. And but what's going to happen when Trick comes back? What's going to happen when Booker T comes back? Well, folks, next week you'll just have to turn in and find out. But, good show tonight. A solid show. Go back and watch this, folks. Go back and watch it. It's worth your time. And are they bringing blood back? Is blood the new thing in 24? What changes await us, folks? Well, that's what this wacky world will just show us the rest of the year. Guys, this is Memphis Mark. And I'm going to get on out of here. So you know the deal, folks. Get out and do something. Help out at a rescue, or help out at a dog shelter, or an animal shelter, excuse me. And, of course, spay and neuter. But this is Memphis Mark, and, as Dragunov would say, I'm out.
Thanks for listening to the WWE Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you don't miss a show, or head to WWEpodcast.com. And for all of these shows ad-free, head over to patreon.com/WWE Podcast. Until then, we'll see you next time.